On February 11th, 2012, Whitney Houston was found dead in a bathtub. Some people say she accidentally drowned. Some say it was premeditated murder. We may never know, but here are some cold, hard facts we do know about her. Before we get into this video, make sure you do subscribe to the channel. Leave us a comment below saying you subscribed, and we're going to reply personally to your comment. Whitney once sang in a choir. American-born singer and actress Whitney Houston, known all over the world for her earth-shaking impact in the music industry. She's one of the best recording artists of all time, with total sales of more than 200 million records worldwide. While a lot of people are familiar with her success story, very few people know the truth about how she got into the music industry and the events that led up to her success. Whitney actually started singing in her church choir at the age of 11. She was one of the youngest members of the junior gospel choir in New Hope Baptist Church in New Jersey. Her mom, Sissy Houston, who was a gospel singer at the time, was actually responsible for the musical knowledge that Whitney had at that age. Her mom also sang in a backup group for Elvis Presley and performed at several nightclubs for most of the early 1970s. Whitney always accompanied her, even performed with her on some nights. These musical adventures expanded Whitney's musical horizon and led to her being influenced by the musical style of some of her favorite artists at the time, like Chaka Khan and Gladys Knight. Now, even though her mom was her biggest inspiration at the time, she wasn't happy when her mother made certain decisions on her behalf. Her mother shielded her from record deals. Fame came knocking on Whitney's door during her teen years, but her mom was there to help her navigate it all. Whitney began to fully tap into her singing abilities in the 70s, and at the age of 14, she was already working with then-popular musicians. In 1977, she was chosen to serve as a backup singer for the Michael Zager Band's single, Life's a Party. Her voice was said to add a melodious, soulful tone to albums, so much so that she later got the opportunity to work with some of her biggest inspirations like singer-songwriter Chaka Khan and Lou Rawls. However, as time went by, she began to gain the attention of record label representatives who were often present at the nightclubs where she performed with her mother. In 1980, she got her first record deal from Michael Zager's recording agency. She was also offered a deal by Elektra Records in 1981, but she didn't take any of these for a reason. Her mother blatantly told her not to take on any deals until she was completely done with high school. Well, that's a fact that most of Whitney's audience are not aware of. It was when she graduated in 1981 that her mother allowed her to accept that first deal. Whitney's controversial relationship with Robin Crawford. When Whitney began to gain public recognition, a lot of people began to scrutinize her. That was one of the downsides of her early fame. At the time, she met and became friends with Robin Crawford. Their relationship seemed platonic on the outside, and Whitney even referred to her as a sister. However, as time went by, people began to suspect that Whitney's relationship with Robin was romantic, but they came out to publicly deny it all in 1987. The two remained close friends, and Robin even worked as her executive assistant at a point. However, a few years after Whitney's death, Robin summoned the courage to come out and publicly share the true nature of her relationship with Whitney. She said that they were more than friends and that their relationship included sexual activity for a few years. She also stated that Whitney didn't want the public to know because she was afraid of what people would think or say. After Robin's public statement, a lot of people were shocked about the revelation of Whitney Houston's sexuality. An avid supporter of Nelson Mandela. Most people are aware of the exploits that Whitney did in the music industry from the 1980s and 90s, which included releasing several amazing albums like Whitney Houston, My Love Is Your Love, and several others, which led to her winning several Grammy Awards and paving the way for other African-American women like Janet Jackson and Anita Baker to make it big in the music industry as well. However, a lot of people are not aware of her great impact during the anti-apartheid movement. She was a diehard supporter of Nelson Mandela at the time, and she also used her voice and influence to raise awareness about apartheid. During that period, she refused to do business with the then apartheid South Africa, even if it meant losing money in the process. To further support the cause, she joined other musicians to perform in front of over 72,000 people at Wembley Stadium in London as a show of support for Nelson Mandela, who was in prison at the time. Heartbreaking miscarriage while filming The Bodyguard. As Whitney Houston's music career was thriving in the 90s, she decided to step into the movie industry. Her first role was in the 1992 romantic thriller film The Bodyguard. Her fans all over the world were elated to see her in the film, as she acted the role of a star who had to hire a bodyguard to protect her from a crazy, deadly fan. However, even though millions of people enjoyed the performance, most people did not know that she was struggling immensely behind the scenes. Whitney made a shocking revelation in a 1993 interview with journalist and TV personality Barbara Walters. She said that she had a miscarriage during the filming of The Bodyguard. Now, even though she was beyond devastated, she kept it a secret from her producers and colleagues, and she ensured that the film was a success regardless. Whitney's untold struggles. During the peak of her career, Whitney met singer Bobby Brown, and they both got into a relationship which eventually led to marriage after a few years. Their relationship was great for a while as they both shared similar lives under the spotlight and on stages. However, in the 90s, Whitney began to exhibit some strange traits. It was as though she changed completely from an innocent, hard-working woman to someone else. It started from showing up late for interviews, photo shoots, and rehearsals, to canceling pre-planned concerts, TV appearances, and she even began to display erratic behavior at a point. Her management team tried their best to contain the rumors that were beginning to spread about her. But when she began to lose weight, it became evident to the public that she was using drugs. In fact, on January 11, 2000, evidence surfaced when she was traveling with her husband. Airport security guards found half an ounce of marijuana in Houston's bag at an airport in Hawaii. Even though charges against her were later dropped, rumors continued to spread about her and her husband using drugs heavily. A few months later, it became clear to the general public and even Whitney's colleagues that she was indeed addicted to drugs. Her mother and close friends came together to persuade Whitney to get treatment, but she refused to. Her career was beginning to suffer greatly, and she was even losing deals in the process. She later decided to open up in an interview with Diane Sawyer, where she admitted to using alcohol, marijuana, cocaine, and pills with her husband, Brown. She also told Oprah in a later interview that before The Bodyguard, her drug use was light, but she began to use drugs more heavily after the film's success and the birth of her daughter. She said that by 1996, doing drugs was an everyday thing. "I wasn't happy by that point in time. I was losing myself," she said. It was clear that she was facing a lot of internal struggles. Whitney eventually agreed to attend rehabilitation as her mother continued to keep her in check and support her. The truth about her marriage to Bobby Brown. There were a lot of rumors that circulated about Whitney and Bobby Brown during their marriage, including the fact that Bobby was abusive towards Whitney. However, in 2003, Bobby was charged with battery from a fight that had occurred between he and his wife. Police revealed the shocking news that Whitney had visible cuts and wounds on her face at the time, and it was evident that she had been beaten. In a later interview, Whitney's mother revealed that Bobby abused Whitney publicly and privately, and her daughter didn't deserve that treatment. The real cause of Whitney's death. On February 11, 2012, Houston was found dead at the Beverly Hilton Hotel, submerged in a bathtub. Medical personnel who examined her body found several drugs in her system and stated that she died due to an accidental drowning while she was under the influence of these drugs, and she also had a heart attack. Questions and rumors began to spread about the shocking cause of death, some people even suspecting that she was murdered. As of today, no other information has surfaced about the cause of her death. Whitney Houston's death shocked the entire world, and her legacy lives on. She will be missed greatly. So which of these facts about Whitney Houston caught your interest the most? Let us know in the comments below, and check out the next video in this series.